See, I've done this, I don't have to run.
Okay. You tell me when the ball's coming to me?
Yeah, I will.
Because I can't see.
I will, mate. It's a bit.
Oh, this one here's alright. Let's go, boys!
No, that's good.
G'day, Connor. G'day, Austin.
Welcome back to Chester Boughton Hall Cricket Club. India versus New Zealand. Wasim Jaffer off the mark with the single to backward point. India have won the toss and elected to bat first. Bit of overnight rain. I'm joined in the commentary box by Ross Kaywood.
Morning, Wayne. How you doing?
Good, bud. This should be an exciting game.
The conditions definitely suiting the New Zealanders.
Heavy ball.
Wickets looking a little slow. They suit their medium paces. It's a Pool A game. New Zealand playing their 5th game of the tournament. They've only won one, so don't think they're going to be in finals though, but great bunch of guys and had a great tour.
Well, both teams have only won one game, yes. So New Zealand's still got an outside chance. They've got to win with the bonus points. You'd think. Heaved away.
Slapped away.
Great shot from Wasim Jaffer.
Kane Lindsay just dropping it short.
Calling for the replay. Was that 6 or 4? Bit of uncertainty out there. What is your call on that one, Ross?
No, I think
Giving it 6.
Kane Lindsay back in. A fantastic little nudge down to third man.
There's a bit of extra bounce in this wicket at the moment. It's definitely a little bit of moisture in the air in the wicket as well.
Yep, there was some heavy rain overnight, so that's changed the conditions. Yeah, a bit cooler than it's been the whole week. 12 degrees it is at the moment. So as I was saying, the New Zealanders will feel very much at home.
And Kohli cuts this away. Just open in his face. Got a bit finer than he intended there, but 4 runs nonetheless. So this is a huge game. This group, all 6 teams have still got a chance of qualifying for the knockout stages. England and Pakistan already through. They play each other later this evening. The winner of that match is likely to top the group.
It's Leighton Fisher into the attack.
Oh!
Wasim Jaffer hasn't even had a look.
Yes, boy!
That's big wicket. Simon Rower steadies himself and takes a fantastic catch under pressure. That is a big wicket for the New Zealanders.
Yeah, that one just got a bit big on Wasim Jaffer there.
Just watch the replay. Well done, Leighton Fisher.
Yeah, just to watch the replay there. Just got a bit bigger on him. Outside his eye line.
So if you're watching in New Zealand, I know it's late afternoon there. Give us a question or message on the Facebook live feed. It'd be good to hear from you.
So all to play for in this group. Very interesting in the league table. So the marquee player for India, Wasim Jaffer, departs.
Come on, boy.
bowled. Leighton Fisher digs it in. Tricky length there to get away. Lots of chat in the outfield by the New Zealanders. They look pumped for the game.
So Coley on strike.
Swing and a miss. Dot ball's worth gold in this format.
Scores 14 from 1.3 overs.
Well bowled. Great length that. Knocks it out to the cover boundary. Charles Gray chucks it in.
So Rahul Kohli, the cousin of Virat Kohli, the skipper of the Indian team. Much is going to be resting on his shoulders now.
He looked pretty focused and motivated this morning in the warm-up. Well bowled.
So these conditions will suit New Zealand, Ross.
Fantastic. Feels like a home game for them. They've got lots of support here. They've been a fantastic social team off the field as well. So well-liked bunch of guys.
And Nick Turner has just joined the viewing. Isn't Nick Turner from the Mantonio All-Stars?
He is. He applies his LMS trade in Christchurch. Hi to you, buddy.
Looking at this league table, all 6 teams have got a chance. Following this match, LMS UAE take on Scotland. Scotland are favoured to progress from here, but the winner of this match has still got an outside chance. They will be relying on UAE to beat Scotland. UAE will need to beat Scotland with the bonus points to have any chance, so this group's wide open. The winner of the group progresses straight through to the semi-final. England and Pakistan play each other later in the day. If England win that, they're guaranteed a top spot. Pakistan will need a convincing victory to secure that first spot. But these two teams have both still got a chance. Whoever wins this game will be watching the game between UAE and Scotland closely and hoping UAE prevent Scotland from winning that game.
That should be a crack of a game. Kane Lindsay back in. Big swing and nicks it down to third man. Simon Matthews down in third man boundary. Good fielding, throws in over the stumps.
So what's the time in Auckland now, Ross?
Well, it'll be 7 o'clock in the evening.
Yes, it's prime time there.
Guys getting home from work, having their dinner, having a couple of beers, watching the guys.
If you're watching this game in New Zealand, please tell us where you're watching it from. Please give us your predictions on the first inning score.
Hey Bear, tell me when it's coming. I'll give you a shout. Yeah.
Kane Lindsay back in.
We'd also like to say hello to all our Sports Wiki viewers. LMS has teamed up with Sports Wiki in India, and we hope you're enjoying this coverage.
Oh,
Edged.
Unlucky Kane Lindsay, well bowled. Big swing and nick for 4 runs.
We've seen a few teams in this tournament elect to go for a power play in the first 4 overs and get a slip in. Could there be an argument to make for a slip here, Ross?
Ooh, that would have been a tough catch, but a slip could have swallowed that. So Leighton Fisher bowling his second over. He plays cricket in Auckland for the Rampant Stags. Team that's been around for a long time. Good bunch of guys. Competitive units every week.
Great shot from Kohli. Gives himself room.
Well done, Charles Gray. Great fielding.
Oh, direct hit, and that would have been close. So good cricket all around. It was a good start from both teams. It's good to see Anthony Lindsay from Turanga joining the viewing. Is any relation to any of the players in this side, Ross?
Guessing must be related to Kane.
Cody's gone again. This time he's gone straighter. Huge boundary out there, but it's gone for 4.
Great shot. That could just change the momentum of his innings. Kohli's going to be drawing on all his cricketing blood to get a 50 for his team and set up a big score for the Indians.
So Virat Kohli playing test match for India against England, and his cousin Roll facing up to the Kiwis here, just taking one to the ribs there.
Wayne, can I ask, in terms of, is his first cousin, second cousin? How closely related is he?
First cousin.
First cousin, okay, amazing. He's just taken one in the stomach.
So he's got a world ranking of 175. That's very impressive.
Where does he play his cricket in India?
He plays in the Gurgaon League, well run by Chris Chatwell. I'm sure he'll be watching this. He looks a bit shaken up by the previous one there.
Leighton Fisher looks like he's in good rhythm this morning.
World bowling ranking of 27.
Yeah, he's a quality bowler.
Cut away, this should be 4. Kohli seems to like the short wide one. I think they're going to have to go a bit fuller here. Indian team have been suffering with a few injuries through this tournament. They came with a squad of 10. They're down to their bare minimum now. A few of their bowlers have been injured, which is going to affect them in the defence of the score. As we look at Gulati's figures, world ranking of 357, healthy average and a very good strike rate. If he can get a 50 at a strike rate of 180 today, he'll put his team in a very good position.
It's Kane Lindsay bowling his third over. Well bowled. Big swing and a miss by Gulati. He gave it a good hit yesterday against England. He got 50 odd, so he's in some good form.
He likes to hit a long ball.
Another dot ball, building some early pressure in this over. I don't know about you, but whenever there's a dot ball in this format, you're always thinking that you've got to get a boundary or a 2 the next ball just to make up for it.
Yeah, dot balls are a criminal from a batting point of view and gold dust from a bowling point of view.
Well bowled. Kane Lindsay doing some good fielding for zone bowling.
This is a very good start from Kane Lindsay. We know his father Anthony is watching this game closely.
I think his wife and 3 young children also watching it back home in Auckland. So hi to them. So going to go for 2. Rahul's coming back.
So for those of you who just joined the broadcast, India have won the toss, elected to bat. There's a bit of a moisture around, rain overnight. The wicket's a bit more lively from a seam bowler point of view. The marquee player from India, Wasim Jaffer, played some glorious shots in the first over. But then, unfortunately, from an Indian point of view, just one got a bit big on him and he held out straight up and caught by the keeper. So big breakthrough for New Zealand early doors.
The captain, Johnny Scott, is coming into the attack. He bowls some medium paces, varies his pace and length pretty well. He plays for the team zone guys in Auckland. They were one of the first teams to actually enter last man stands in New Zealand.
Talking of first teams entering last man stands, the man at the crease, Kohli, was in one of the first teams in India. He entered a team in the Gurgaon League, and here he finds himself representing his country at the World Series.
Fantastic. It's been a great week of cricket. Teams have had a great time. Cricket's been fantastic. Oh,
airborne. Safe.
Look, thinking about two. The Charles Gray has got a great arm. Wouldn't be taking two to that arm.
So Gulati 7 from 7. It's been a few dot balls. He needs to make sure he's not able to find a boundary. He can still keep the scoreboard ticking. It's a wide. So the viewers at home, there's blue markings on the offside. The whites, they're just outside the blue line.
So Johnny Scott's looking for his 100th wicket. It's on 99 wickets.
I think he heard you, Ross. You got a bit excited there, but that was missing another set of stumps. This game evenly poised, bit of moisture around.
Well bowled, Johnny Scott. Good length, that's tough to get away. Bowling to his field.
Yeah, so we've got a long on. Sort of a very square leg. Probably in between mid-wicket and square leg, and then a fine leg. Third man, cover point in mid-off. We see another wide. So it's a regulation LMS field.
Kohli gets himself 3 runs with that wide in the second wide of the over. Oh, good fielding. Well done, Johnny Scott. Good fielding off his own bowling. Saved a certain boundary.
So this is a very interesting group. All 6 teams with a mathematical chance of still making it through to the knockout stages. It's early morning here in Chester. We look at the group table here. England are through, Pakistan are through. They play each other later to see who finishes on top of the table. The winner of this match will be watching the game between Scotland and UAE very closely, and they'll be hoping for UAE to prevent Scotland from winning. UAE themselves have still got an outside chance, but they need to beat Scotland convincingly with the bonus points. So it's going to be an interesting morning's play. Yeah.
As the sun comes out, Nigel Collins comes into the attack. He hasn't quite found the form. Well, that's not true. He's
90 of 23 of the first game. I think
so
that's okay, Ross.
No, what I was going to say is he hasn't replicated that again since.
Okay.
But if I'm being harsh, sorry. But he is a quality player, as we all know.
Clean striker.
Oh,
there's a shot from the keeper.
It's a fantastic catch. Well done, Simon Rewa. And that's the end of Gulati. Just trying to run it down to third man, but just couldn't control it, and he just nicks it down to the keeper.
We saw the other night, he's a strong man.
carrying the weight of his nation. So the New Zealanders on top now, I would say.
Yeah, that was a sharp bit of work from the keeper. A little bit of extra bounce just with this moisture around. This could suit the teams with a good seam attack. Although you'll expect as the day goes on it could dry out a bit, but there's a bit more rain forecast for today. It's good to see all our viewers from India joining this broadcast. Let us know where you're watching this game from.
So just to answer Vikash Appaday's question, this is the LMS World Series. This is 12 countries taking part. 2 pools of 6 in each group, with the finals day on Sunday.
And all these players play last man stands in their local leagues from different parts of their respective countries. So we've got leagues in New Zealand, in Auckland, Wellington, Christchurch. Where else, Ross?
Hamilton, the Auckland North Shore, and there's going to be leagues starting in Tauranga in the summer. So if you're in the area, just go lastmanstands.com/join. The league manager will be in touch and keep you informed with the plans for the league and when it starts.
And a little shout from Collins there saying don't get hit on the pads. Bit of gamesmanship, trying to get in the umpire's ear. I think also just trying to make sure that the batsman is aware that he's looking to bowl wicket to wicket. Another great shot from Kohli. He's saving his best for the final group stage. Leading from the front, the skipper.
Fantastic shot there. Elbow up. I think he enjoyed it. He watched it all the way to the boundary. Simon Rawa just keeping the boys motivated, saying one wicket brings another wicket. We often see in any form of cricket. Johnny Scott bowling a second over.
Bethan Rajwa very happy with that catch.
Rawa, Wayne, it's Bethan Ray. It's
Sorry,
pronounced Rawa. I made the mistake on the first day, but it's that's Simon's mom, so she's tuned into all the games and she's loving watching it all.
So she must be very proud of that catch, and it's great that Bethan's able to watch this footage all the way back in New Zealand.
So Wayne, talking about LMS in India, where is it currently played and what's the plans for the other states and regions?
LMS is played in Gurgaon, Noida, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Mumbai, Chennai, Pune. We're looking to explain. It's played in Coimbatore. We're looking to explain to other cities later this year. So if you are in any of those cities and you want to play LMS, please go to the website lastmanstands.com, join. Or if you're not in any of those areas and you'd like to get involved in managing and growing a league, please contact us at hq.lastmanstands.com.
Sounds fantastic, Wayne. I think it's going really well there. These Indian guys, when you talk to them, they can't talk highly enough of it, how much they enjoy it, and opportunities it's given them.
So Kohli 29 from 20.
Could be a catch on the boundary there. Who's that?
Bill's coming around.
Oh! Looked like he just did the... misjudged it, I think.
Have to look at a replay there.
I think it's Milton Kavanagh.
Then Kavanagh's right boot just got stuck. A little wet patch out there. We might have to interview him afterwards and ask him to explain what happened there.
no, that's another wide from Johnny Scott. So it's 58 for 2 after 8. Coley on 39 from 23 and Singh 2 from 3. Scott's bowling figures are 2 overs, 0 for 18.
I think the concern from an Indian point of view is some of their main seamers are out injured, so they don't really have too many seam bowlers in their lineup. They rely on spin, and today, for probably the first time in a few days, seam up is the way to go. There's a little juice in this wicket.
Yep. Nigel Collins again with the attack, well bowled. Swing and a miss there from Singh.
Great keeping from Rowe, great footwork.
Lots of chat in the outfield from the New Zealanders.
They weren't too bad.
2 dots for bowled Nigel Collins, keeping the pressure on the Indian batsman. It's a tough line there to get away, so cramping his technique.
New Zealand team is enjoying these conditions. The sun is trying to come out. Well, the sun is out now, but there is the chance of rain again.
Well bowled.
We'll dab into the offside. So, Kohli, the skipper, he's going very well yet today. This is his best knock of the tournament. Little lob shot from Kohli. Oh, that's a bouncer. That's got to be 1 for the over. That was the last ball of the over. So clever thinking from Collins.
So it's 60 for 2 after 9. Kohli moved to 40 of 24 and Singh 3 of 7. Johnny Scott's going to be bowling his 3rd over.
Good intensity from Kohli. Running the first one hard there. Baba Singh. Not the best runner between the wickets, but he hits the ball a long way.
Let's talk of what rain, Wayne. It's fantastic now. The sun's out.
Oh, that could have been out.
Great fielding there by keeping by Simon Rewa.
And well appreciated by Kohli, giving him a thumbs up. I think if the ball had hit the stumps, he might have not have done that though. Good sportsmanship nonetheless. That's an unbelievable shot from Kohli. It's a huge boundary out there. Charles goes, comes around, restricts it to 2.
Great fielding there by Charles Gray on the cover boundary.
So the right-hander, when the right-hander's on strike, the offside boundary must be about 70-80 meters up the hill. On the leg side, it runs away down the hill, and that's probably about a 50-meter boundary. Kohli goes straight, mistimes that.
It's a good spell of bowling this by Johnny Scott.
So Barbab Singh, he's been struggling so far, 3 of 8. Looks like a clear plan to bowl into his legs here.
Good over there from Johnny Scott. He was just telling me this morning how much he's enjoyed captaining this team. It's great camaraderie on and off the field. And they really sort of become close friends on this tour.
Look at the scorecard. Kohli the only one to get going yet. Everyone else struggling. It's a great knock from the skipper. We've got Mark Wright commenting on Nigel Collins' bowling. He says he's lost a bit of fizz out of his run-up after a few games. Would you agree with that, Ross, or do you think he's also worked out on these wickets? It's not all about pace, it's more about getting the ball in the right areas.
I'd agree with that, Wayne.
Which part?
The part. No, he's bowling to the conditions. The other games he's maybe been a bit quicker, and used his slower ball quite well. He's also kept in a couple of games, so he's been a serious utility player in this team this week. So it's change of ends, 10 overs.
Just we look at the league table there. England unbeaten. Pakistan and England play each other in the final game in this group later on this evening. Great shot from Kohli. Kohli's looking good here. He wants to get to 15. Give the team a bit of a cushion.
So hi to Martin Bell, who lives on the Auckland North Shore. Captains the Ballbusters. They won their local competition last year. He originates from the north of England and loves his LMS cricket on a Wednesday night.
Barbag Singh struggling here. He's now got 3 of 9 deliveries. He's under pressure. He needs to find a way to get a single here. Get off the mark. Get off the strike.
Nick Turner saying that we should get Charles Gray into the attack. He bowls some left arm medium paces.
Has he bowled in this tournament yet?
No, he hasn't. But Nick, I'll try to get a message to Johnny for you.
Hunting, boys, hunting!
Nigel Collins, key player for New Zealand. He's into Kohli.
Kohli just walks away. I don't think he was ready there.
There's a bit of gamesmanship from Kohli.
Watch this ball.
Off the pad.
Not out.
I think that's a great bit of umpiring there.
Didn't sound out from here. Big appeal though.
We'll watch the replay here.
Just get the sneakometer going here, please. Rifath, can you get rock and roll that for us, please?
I think you can stick with your original decision.
Oh,
Matthew!
He's not coming back.
Good work, lads.
wow. Bit of sledging going on there from Nigel. Trying to get in Kohli's ear. Calling him lazy.
No, I don't think he said that. I don't think he said that. We'll get confirmation. I think he said the batsman's a different gravy.
Oh, okay.
You want to swap?
Okay.
You go down here, I'll go down here.
So Johnny Scott's going to bowl his 4th and final over. Just marking his run out up.
As we said, the Indian lineup is missing some of their key seamers. So you think at the moment they don't have enough on the board. You need to get at least 150, 160 here.
Tane.
ball. Fucking heavy. Me and you.
Oh,
that's
that's a
huge.
fantastic shot.
Yeah. No.
6 runs. Landed on the commentator's roof. Commentary box roof, should I say.
So Coley, he retires now. Last man stands cricket. When the batsman gets to 50, he has to retire. He can come back in when all the other wickets fall, and it always helps when one of your openers does get to 50. It gives the other players freedom to play their shots, knowing that one of their go-to batsmen can still come back to the crease later on in the innings.
It's the first lost ball of the game. The umpire's just going to have a quick look at the second ball. Yep, he's given the green light.
Ross, can we just get confirmation from our statisticians on how many balls we've lost in this tournament so far?
It's been 201 balls lost into the canal. And a couple into the houses.
Thanks, Ross. I'm just looking for a total figure. So there, well batted Kohli. He'll be pleased with himself there. The cousin of Virat. New batsman for India is Anurag Day.
Full length there from Johnny Scott. He's brought this over back well after going for that big 6 first ball of the over. Bowled a dot and then a single.
Barbag Singh on strike. He's got to go here. Only 4 from 11.
Oh, well bowled, Johnny. He's still trying to get that 100th wicket.
I think there'll be a huge celebration if Johnny Scott gets his 100th wicket. Do you think he's aware of that, Ross?
I think he is. He was telling me this morning that it was on his radar at the start of this week. But he's a proper team man, and it's playing for the team, not himself. It's Simon Matthews.
Yes, boys!
Swooping in from the long on boundary. It's a fantastic spell from Johnny Scott.
Great intensity from the New Zealanders in the field. They seem to have a good chemistry between them here. Although they've only won one game, they've actually been quite impressive in the games in the field. They run between the wickets well. They've got some clean strikers. But this is a tough tournament with a lot of good teams.
Yeah, the quality of the players on show has been out of this world, Wayne. The game that follows this game is going to be a massive game. Australia take on South Africa. Must-win game for South Africa. With Nick Pothis, who joined the team yesterday, made his debut. A fantastic game, kept well, batted well, and looking forward to today.
Yeah, that's going to be a great game. Australia have got Marcus North back in their lineup.
Good, Milk. Come on, boy.
So Kavanagh. Tell me about Kavanagh, Ross.
So he plays in Auckland for the Court Short team.
Yes.
He bowls starts with a wide. Bowls his sort of right arm off spin, but he sort of mixes it up pretty well. He's got his doosra. Oh, here we go. It's Nigel Collins.
Yes,
fantastic
boy.
catch.
So
Batsman doesn't look happy, staring down the wicket. Milton Kavanagh starts with the wicket in his first over. Well done.
yeah, Barbag Singh just never really managed to go in there. He wasn't at his best today. It's one of those wickets where you're not hitting it cleanly, you've got to find a way to rotate the strike. He just didn't manage to do that. Ultimately, they put him under pressure and it's cost him his wicket.
Nigel Collins had the presence of mind to get the ball in quickly in case there was a double play.
Explain the double play, Ross, to some of the viewers that might be watching Last Man Stands for the first time.
So if the striker is caught out and the non-striker is not at the non-striker's end, he can be run out and you can lose 2 wickets with 1 ball. But part of that rule, if the non-striker can get to the other end and back safely, he gets 2 runs for his team, and that's called the steal.
The new batsman, the left-hander Meg. Meg's got a bright future in the game. Intelligent cricketer. He's the keeper. Only 22 years old. But he's got very, very good cricket brain and his maturity beyond his years.
Yeah, back on it, boys. Still good.
That's the second wide in the over. Second wide of the over means it's a penalty of 3 runs. So that's an expensive delivery there. The ball's not re-bowled.
Great way to get off the mark though as a batsman.
Yeah, it's always good for the batsman not having to play a shot and still get off the mark in LMS cricket. The wides go to the batsman. There's only 100 balls in the LMS game. It's 25 ball overs. If you're bowling a wide every ball, you're going to go for 300. So
Yeah, good boy.
wides
Yes.
are criminal in this format, Ross.
No, they really can hurt you. There's more often than not you see the extra ball in the over going for a boundary, which you shouldn't actually really be bowling.
It's obviously not easy. There's pressure out there, but you've seen. Oh, there's another wide.
Another wide, just drifting down Neg's legs.
Still a decent over despite a few wides from Cavani. He's got the breakthrough. He showed some good signs there. He's got a nice action, getting the ball to bounce. Just needs to get his line right.
So it's 83 for 3 after 13 overs. Meg with 6 or 4 and Day with 1 of 2. 7 from Cavana's first over. It's Nigel Collins. Gonna go again. Just getting his field right. Making sure he's happy with it.
So Anurag Day on strike.
Just to answer Hitesh Jetwa's question, we're in Chester in England, which is the county of Cheshire. Fantastic place. Boughton Cricket Club. Facilities unbelievable. Hospitality's been amazing. So thanks to them for that. Great shot that.
Really good shot from Meg. Shots 2 immediately.
A fantastic dive. We might have to relook at that one, but I think Simon Matthews has actually stopped that. Great effort. Uday Badaraja saying they need 180.
I don't think they're going to get that from here. I think anything around 150 gives themselves a chance. Yeah.
Well bowled Nigel Collins in the block hole.
There's a great spell from Nigel Collins. We know he's mixing up his pace. We know he can, if he really wants to, he can bowl a quick bounce as we saw earlier.
He's gone for 15 in his spell so far. Oh, well bowled. Day just trying to run it down to third man. clinical performance so far from the New Zealanders.
I'm surprised India batted first. Yeah, they won the toss. A little bit of moisture in the wicket.
Oh, it's a big shot.
Shot in double play. Meg's going to turn for the 2. This could be a double play.
Great catch by Simon
Meg going for the
Matthews.
steal. Oh, and Meg's very quick.
Great catch, boys. Great catch, guys.
Fantastic catch by Simon Matthews on the long on boundary.
That went very, very high.
Nigel Collins shouting double, double, double before he even caught it. Hope that didn't look like it put him off though.
That's also directly into the sun. He has got sunglasses on there. I think he's sponsored there. But it's not easy to catch the ball into that sun. It's straight into our eyes in the commentary box, Ross.
Yeah, lucky we've got sunglasses on ourselves. Fantastic now, the sun out.
So just for those who don't understand the steal rule, even though that was a wicket, India collected 2 runs off that ball. When the ball goes into the air and he's caught, the non-striker is able to run to the keeper's end and back, and if he makes it back in time without being run out at the non-striker's end, he gets 2. So he's joined at the crease by Pravin. Pravin plays LMS in Chennai, and he can certainly bat.
Good Milks. Good boy.
He plays for the BB Gunners in Chennai. He's got a decent technique.
So Kerry Monaghan's just joined the live feed and she's saying bring on Leighton Fisher. So he will be bowling the next over. You can see, we heard on the boundary here. Cool. Half-hearted appeal there from Milts.
Oh, what a shot from Meg. What a shot. Goes deep in his crease.
Wasn't too far from Nigel Collins on the boundary there, it looked.
Not sure which match you're watching, Ross. That cleared his head by about 10 meters.
I can't see from here, I was just guessing.
Good Milks. Good comeback, boy.
Good cricket that. Single following the boundary. Just
Yeah, very good from Meg.
Keep the scoreboard ticking along. Oh, that's another wide from Kavanagh.
You can see what Kavanaugh's trying to do, yeah. He's just trying to bowl it into the pads. It's a very short boundary on the offsides. He doesn't want to give in any room, and I think that's a clear tactics not to get too wide, yeah.
Slaps it down to Nigel on the long off
You
boundary.
see, this is good from Meg. Something that was missing in the Indian batting early on was the running between the wickets, and these two slightly smaller frames, quick between the wickets, and just showing it's not all about muscling all the ball over the boundary. You've got to run hard.
So Leighton Fisher back into the attack. Score is 102 after 4, 102 for 4 after 15 overs. Kavanagh's 2 overs cost him 18.
Meg goes again. I'm sure all the guys from PJ, Hindu, Gymkhana and Mumbai will be watching Meg closely here.
Good start to the over by Meg. He's made his intentions clear. He's not going to hang around.
But this is good structured hitting from Meg. He did a stint in the commentary box yesterday and Everyone was very impressed with his analysis of the game.
Wow.
And he's gone again. This
Gone again.
ball.
Oh, great fielding there by Simon
This is
Matthews.
very good cricket from Matthews. Well done, bud.
Well done, Simon. Simon's the top batsman in Wellington last summer, #1 in the batting rankings.
He also protected us in the commentary tent.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Well bowled.
Shouts of good fishy from all directions.
So Wayne, let's have a little bet on the score here. What do you reckon?
I don't like to bet, but I'm happy to give a score prediction. I'm saying if I was in the Indian camp, I'd be looking at 155 from here.
155, okay.
Meg's on fire. 22 from 10. Where have they been hiding him?
I'm going to go 160 plus. Oh, it's a big shot down to the fine leg.
That could be it's gone.
Oh,
Another 6.
another 6.
Meg making good use of the short boundary down there.
Just seemed to flick it off his legs. Great timing that.
So any of the PJ Gymkhana Cricket Club, famous cricket club in Mumbai, you guys will obviously be watching Meg closely here. If you're following this broadcast, please let us know.
Tell me when it's coming, Si.
So Stacey injured himself the other day, hurt his knee, so failed the fitness test this morning. So he's unable to play today.
Projected scores: 10 and over 154, 12 and over 162.
That's what I'm going for, 12 and over. Jeez,
Meg!
Meg has gone big.
I'm sure.
That's out the ground. New balls, please.
I don't think if India progress to the knockout stages, I don't think Meg will be batting 6 in the next match. This is an outstanding innings.
He's made a serious case for his captain to be saying, bat me up the order. He frees his arms. Great shot.
What a shot from Meg. I wonder if his dad, Doc in Mumbai, are you watching? If you are, I'm sure you'll be very proud of Meg.
Kavanagh starts, balls are wide, the second ball. Just trying to vary the line to Meg, keep him guessing. I think that's one of the key things as a bowler in LMS. To be trying to bowl.
Pravin's pushing here.
Oh!
It's gone to the keeper's end. It's good cricket all round. Great running from Pravin. It's a good passage of play here from the Indian team. Just showing the running of between wickets is such an important part of this game.
Really is. Kavanagh in again. Oh, this could be out.
That
could be out.
Straight up. He's dropped him.
Who was that?
The pressure starting to mount on the Kiwis, yeah.
It was Leighton Fisher. Unlucky. Tough catch. Went really high.
And that is into the sun. To be fair to the fielder, that's directly into the sun, yeah. You can see fielders having to put their hands above the eye line, yeah. That's not easy, Ross.
No. Sure is not. So it's 132 for 4 after 17 overs. Looks like Kane Lindsay is back into the attack. Meg's gone to 45 from just 16 balls. Been a fantastic knock. Praveen 5 off 6. Kavana's figures are 3 overs, 0 for 20, 1 for.
Very good from Praveen. Very good this. Meg's running hard, yeah.
Oh, there's also confusion.
No 3 in the end there, but the intensity levels from these two is impressive.
I think Meg's trying to get back on strike. We need your best players facing the most balls in the game of cricket, in my opinion. There's Charles Gray running
under it.
Charles Gray. Oh.
Charles Gray went for the slide tackle. They just didn't quite come off.
Lots of noise from the Indian team on the side there, motivating the guys to keep running hard. It's an important part of the game now to finish off well.
So I said earlier on, 160 looks like the target for me. I think you said 150, Ross.
We might have to re-listen to this to this commentary.
Meg 5 away from 50.
Jeez, that's a
Oh
fantastic
my
shot.
word! What a...
Well batted, so
We've got to get this man into the commentary box. So we're going to get Meg into the commentary box to talk us through that incredible knock.
fantastic innings, giving him side a real good chance. Looks like the batsman coming in wants to use Meg's bat.
Now the new batsman coming in is Twitch, Meg's brother.
Oh wow.
He's the right-hander. Meg, that was an outstanding knock. Just take your time to get your gloves off here. We've got a few questions for you.
Well better, Meg. Talk us through that innings.
So Meg, 17 ball 50, striking at 300. Just tell me now, what was your approach to that innings? Did you have a clear plan? I know you favoured the leg side boundary, which was short.
So I think teams generally start their innings while they bowl with a shorter boundary in mind, and they normally calculate a right-hander for the shorter boundary, so the right-hander does not finish the last 10 on the shorter boundary. But I think that's where the calculation worked for me, because I'm a left-hander and that boundary favours me a shorter than this one. This one's huge.
Okay. So was that a tactic from the team to send you in the second 10?
No, I don't think so. Okay. I don't think so.
It just worked out well for you guys there.
Yeah, it just worked out well for me.
Okay. So one of the things I noticed with yourself and Praveen was the running between the wickets was outstanding. Was that something you guys discussed?
So before every game, I think most of them in our team believe in 4s and 6s, but the younger generation, 3 of us actually, we've discussed this quite a bit, and we always told each other that 4s and 6s are not what wins you games all the time. It's running between the wicket that counts.
And we look at carry on.
When you double up the one for the second and the second for the third, that counts and wins you games, because every run matters, right?
And we're looking at this league table, Meg. Do you still think you guys have got a chance of qualifying here?
I see the league table with 4 points of Scotland, so a win today, and hopefully for UAE to play like they played yesterday at their full potential and defeat Scotland would bring us back in the hut. But we got to win this one first, so concentrating on this one harder.
That's a correct attitude. Now, this is your brother that's come to the crease.
Yeah, that's good.
And he's selfishly surrendered his wicket, so that's good. He's a good team man, your brother, isn't he?
He's a good team man. He knows that we have 2 people back in the hut who've got 50, who've got a 50 in this game. So it's always beneficial if they're striking better than him, because they already set and they know what's up the wicket also. And so makes sense, yeah.
And your skipper, Kohli's played an outstanding knock today. That's the best we've seen him in this tournament, wasn't it?
Yeah, he got a good 50 against UAE as well. Today is his second 50, so yeah, the 50 is always crucial. We expected a 50 from Wasim Bhai as well, but sadly he couldn't get out there, so someone had to step up, and I'm so happy that the skipper himself stood up and got the 50 that the team needed the most.
And what sort of score now? We've got, what, about 8-9 balls to go. What score will you be looking for from here?
I think we're at 149 right now, so 8-9 balls more, about 15 to 20 runs if we can manage that, nothing like it. We at the start of the innings, the way we started, I'll probably look at 150 from there, but now I think we've already got to that mark, so we can aim a little higher, and probably if we bowl well, we can contain them.
And if you're fortunate enough to get in for the last few balls, and you're facing up to the home run, we'll keep quiet, we'll talk quietly so the Kiwis don't hear you. Where will you be targeting for the home run?
I'll be targeting the same spot where I've got my sixes, the mid-wicket region, or probably straight, not anywhere else.
Okay, we'll just keep that quiet. So you can hear a couple of the Kiwis trying to listen in, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, Kohli targeting the short boundary there. Six more.
Big six, yeah, big six. That's a great shot to get off the mark there.
So I wonder if his cousin Virat's watching.
Virat's preparing for the test match at Lord's right now, so I highly doubt that.
He might just have his phone out and just quickly looking how Rahul's getting on you.
I would like to believe so.
Shots of 2-2-2.
Could be 3 as well. If Praveen runs back.
Praveen's going hard, yeah.
But he won't come back for the
This
third.
is good from Praveen.
Yeah,
Good intensity is there.
Good
That's
beer.
good intensity. That's all you need. The last few overs, a few sixes, a few doubles, a few sneaky runs here and there. That's what makes the big score.
Hey, if you just have a quick look at my phone here on the feed, do you know Madhav Kotak?
Yeah, that's my man. He was playing with us in Goa. If you remember him, the opening bowler,
Yeah, he says
the young kid, opening batsman as well.
Okay.
So yeah, he's a great lad. He's been watching all our games, Madhav. So yeah, thank you, Madhav. Cheers.
He says he wants you to get back in and hit some sixes.
Yeah, I got to get back for that, Koti. My family's watching back home as well. Simon just showed me a few messages from my dad. He's very happy. He's cursing me quite a bit for not getting runs the last few times. I'm finally gone there and saved myself some abuses from my dad there. That's a big one.
That's a good hit, but it's a long boundary out there. Meg, you back in, but
I'll see you guys soon.
okay, enjoy, but. So he shouts into his brother. He wants his bat back, and Dwidge is hurtling across the field with his bat.
Great catch by Charles Gray there on the mid-wicket boundary. Fantastic insight there from Meg.
So Meg, that's must be the second or third fastest 50 of the tournament. We saw Simon Dunn last night get 50 off 13, and Meg 50 came off 17 balls in a must-win game for India. So under pressure, that's one of the better innings we've seen in this tournament.
Fantastic knock, but now he gets to go again. Fasten your seatbelts.
I think Havana is going to try and push us a bit wide outside off stump. Oh my word!
Fantastic shot
What a shot from Meg!
over the scoreboard.
That's into the canal. We haven't been counting the number of sixes in this tournament. We've just been counting lost balls. Who else? Can you confirm how many lost balls that is now?
202, Wayne.
202. So we'll get some stats on the screen yet of where the balls have been lost, but I think most of them in the canal, Ross.
Most of the canal, and quite a few have flown over the commentary box into Chris Fleet's house.
I think there's a few in his laundry.
Okay, looks like Leighton Fisher is going to bowl the last over. 165 plus, looks like
Well, I was saying earlier about 170 was going to be a good score, yeah? Praveen plays LMS cricket for BB Gunners in Chennai. Gets inside the line.
probably just 2 there, but I think he wants Meg on strike.
Now Meg's feeling it, yeah. He's now got 56 of 18 balls. Experienced Fisher to bolt him. Where's he going to go?
Oh, balls. Dot ball.
So, 3 balls to go.
Big swing and a miss there. Well bowled, Fishy. Got a funny feeling he's going to be a home run, yeah, Wayne. Not this ball, but the next ball.
Still a chance of 180, yeah? Still a chance of 180 for India.
Oh, he's nicked it.
They could run away for 4.
It doesn't leave Meg on strike for the last
I don't know if
ball.
that was worth the extra run there, but never know. Praveen, he can play as well. He's been, that was well bowled from Fisher. He just saw Meg shuffling across his stumps and took a bit of pace off it and pushed it wide. A skillful cricket from Fisher and good game awareness.
Here we go, last ball of the innings. Oh,
And
he's
he's
a
got
home
it,
run!
The Indian boys are very excited over that.
Well done, Praveen. Fantastic shot and fantastic way to end the innings.
The skipper Kohli's delighted with his young teammates there. What a comeback from India in this game.
Might be give them the momentum that they want to take into the field, the Indians. But well done to the New Zealanders. It was a good effort there.
I think I need to apologise to one of the viewers on the broadcast earlier who said India need 180. Yeah? At that stage they had 80 after 13 overs. I said there's no chance. So they put on 100 in the last 7 overs, Ross.
Fantastic efforts and mainly due to Meg. Some great clean hitting. Fantastic shots, not any slogging. Good cricket shots.
Now that was an outstanding comeback in the last 7 overs. 100 runs in the last 7 overs. The wicket's just starting to firm up a bit. A bit of overnight rain. So it was a bit tough in the early doors there. But Kohli played well up front.
He set the platform for Meg later in the innings.
And Meg played the knock of, or personal knock from him of the tournament. That's the best he's played. We look at the Indian batting card. Wasim Jaffer getting out in the 2nd over. Rahul Kohli, the skipper, then took over the mantle. And they struggled in the middle order. And then a very good partnership between Meg and Praveen. Praveen only facing 11 balls. Unselfishly just feeding the strike back to Meg. And then he cashed in with the last delivery with a home run, giving India something very handy to defend in the 2nd innings.
So to go through the bowling figures, Kane Lindsay 4 overs 0 for 38. Leighton Fisher 4 overs 1 for 39. Johnny Scott bowled really well, 4 overs 0 for 30. Nigel Collins, fantastic spell, 4 overs 2 for 17. Milton Kavana picked up 2 wickets, but a little bit expensive. Target is 182 for the New Zealanders. Should be a great run chase. Looking forward to it, Wayne.
Yeah, the Indian side are light on bowling. They've got a few injuries, so they are predominantly spin attack. We know that their batting's been their strength in this tournament, so New Zealand will still fancy themselves in this run chase. They've got a very strong batting lineup, well led by Nigel Collins.
Yep, we need a big innings from him today. He looked pretty focused this morning. Keen to replicate that 90 run 20 off 27 balls the other day.
We've got Ewan Williamson there. He's the cameraman. He's ranked 88,000 in terms of LMS cameramen around the world. So that's his batting strike stats. So there's a huge game following this one on the main oval. LMS Australia to take on LMS South Africa. So we look at Pool A league table. We'll come to Pool B in a second. India on 18 points. New Zealand on 18 points. The winner of this game will either end up on 26 points or 28 points. There's bonus points on offer for the team that wins with an 80% advantage. So India have got 180. To ensure that they win the game with the bonus points, they'll need to restrict New Zealand to a score 80% of 180, which is about 150 around there. And New Zealand, if they want to get the bonus points, they're going to have to chase the score down before the 17th over. So all 6 teams in this group have still got a chance of qualifying. Whoever wins this game will be watching the Scotland-UAE game closely and hoping UAE manage to beat Scotland. UAE themselves have got an outside chance of qualifying, but they will need to beat Scotland and beat them very convincingly with the bonus points. So it's an exciting group. We'd also like to get Pool B's standings up here, because after this game we've got Australia taking on South Africa, and we're going to get Sam Lang into the commentary box just to talk us through the Australian team and talk us about any changes. Sam, welcome to the commentary box.
Cheers, Wayne.
Are you guys all ready for your game against South Africa later?
I think we are ready. We're a few nerves kicking in early this morning, and boys are getting amped up for it a bit later today.
Have you got any changes, or have you decided on your lineup yet?
We have decided on the lineup. I think there's one change from yesterday. And to be honest, right now I actually can't remember it. The nerves are kicking in that much. We set our team last night, and we've got Brody Brody's come in. That's right, Brody for Puri, which is a tough choice. We've got 10 blokes over here that are passionate about it. Norley's been amazing coming in. He wants this just as much as the rest of us. So 10 blokes trying to get 8 on the field is not a fun job for me.
And Marcus North, tell us about how Marcus North has added value to the Australian side.
Marcus just his cricket brain, the smart things to do, the right things to do, and when to do it. I think he saw that first game, a couple of little mistakes crept into our game which we wouldn't originally or normally have thought would happen. And Norley's just sort of pointed out we need to build on things and be smart about things as we go through, and I think we've done that quite well. We started a little bit slow and we built with each game. And have you learnt anything from watching this India-New Zealand game? Look, the deck looks pretty true. I think the first couple of games, anyone watching would have seen that the deck had a little bit of variable bounce and moving quite well sideways, but it looks like this deck is going to be a little bit more true today, which will be good for the batters. Yeah, I think there's been a bit of moisture and a bit of rain overnight, which has meant the wicket's not as dry. We had the heavy roller on here this morning, so it's compressed it. The first 10 overs actually did a bit this morning, but since then it seems to be coming on, and spin hasn't played as much of a role as it did in the previous few days. Have you got any spinners in your lineup today? We've obviously got Northy. So we've got Northy in there, which hopefully his expertise will come into play quite handy through the next game. But we've also got Tiz. Nathan Tyrrell's been bowling quite well, getting some very good kick and sideways movement there. So I think me moving into the keeping spot, I've got my work cut out for me, and just let Brody relax as well, to get out there, just do his thing with the bat and plug a hole in the field. Okay, and you've been watching this New Zealand versus India game. Who would you say are favourites from here? Look, I think not having seen the ball move to begin with in that first over and having seen what it is now, I'd have to back NZ to chase this probably in 17 or 18, to be honest. I think they've got the hitting power to just go hard and just take India away from the game. Okay, I'm going to go with India here. Wasim Jaffer struggled with the bat. I think they've given him the ball up front here, and I know he's going to be very determined to add value to this game, and I think he might just get a little bit of spin. Charles Gray, the left-hander, on strike.
But as you say, the Kiwis are full of firepower, and we know Gray got a 50 in his last game. He plays for the Mantonia All-Stars in Christchurch. I think you've played against them a few times, haven't you, Sam?
I've definitely been at a few tournaments with them. I'm probably not the best for the memory when it comes to games. I actually have quite a poor short-term memory. Trying to remember through these games this week, I'm still struggling as well. So I have seen the boys around the traps with a few games. And yeah, they definitely can bat. They came to play when they've been over in Gold Coast for some Australasian champs and the I think it was the World Cup in 2010.
Okay. Just looking at the comments on the feed, yeah. Someone's asking who hit 12 in last ball. That is Praveen from the BB Gunners in Chennai.
What was that?
Talking of home runs, last ball, has anyone in your side hit one this tournament?
I don't think we have. We did have Big Z facing the last ball the other day. He was not very happy with himself, only getting 4. But I think just the continual runs we got yesterday set us up quite well. So the home run, although it can shift the momentum in a game, I think we're not too worried about not having hit one yet. We're going to save those for the final stage.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of other teams manage to pull it off, and it really does give a big boost to the batting team, and it slightly defeats you if you're in the field, doesn't it? You feel a bit let down, especially when you've had the team on the wraps, and then something like that happens.
It does. It's a big change, a big momentum shift there, and I think there was a game yesterday, and I'm uncertain of exactly who it was, but actually it might have been New Zealand. Got hit for the home run, and I think they fell about 10 short. So completely won that game, that last ball.
So Rayo at the crease. Superb catch earlier.
Still a little bit of sideways movement there, I think. So like you said, Jaffa's going to come in and try and peg this back early.
It's an interesting field, yeah. The first 4 overs of a game, you can take the opportunity to set a 2-4 field. Most of the other, well, for all the other overs besides the last 2, you have to set a 3-3 field. For the left-hander, they've gone back to the conventional 3-3.
I think this is actually the first time I've seen the power play get used this tournament.
I think the English boys have done it a bit. This will be this is ever from Charles Gray.
And I think that's going to be the slight difference between this game. Is there was probably a couple of 2s left out in the field by the Indian team throughout that game. Just the last sort of 10 overs, they weren't quite pushing as hard as they may have wanted to. And I think that's going to be a big thing in our game coming up between South Africa and Australia.
I think South Africa and Australia will both run between the wickets hard. We know that. The 2 guys at the end for India did run between the wickets hard. It's just the guys up front probably didn't have the same intensity levels and maybe even the same fitness levels. How are your fitness levels, Sam? Not you personally, as a team as a whole.
I think we're feeling a little bit tight and sore with so many games in a short period of time. But all in all, we want to push those 2s, and I think we've got the team to do that today. I know a few of us have copped a bit of stick in the commentary about our fitness levels, but we might just try and prove that wrong today.
Do you know who it was giving you a stick? I'll try and find out. I'm sure that they apologise.
There's a few boys from home. They're quite happy to leave their comments up there, but yeah, I'm aware of a few in the commentary box as well.
So, the new bowler, Twidge, he's actually the leading bowler in this tournament in the rankings. He's a clever bowler. Doesn't appear to have much about him when you first watch him, but he's very skillful, gets the ball in the right areas, and he's got a very good understanding with his brother Meg. Meg's the keeper. So the 2 of them have obviously played a lot of cricket together.
It's a big start from ball 1, setting the intent.
So Rewa not concerned that he's facing up to the number 1 ranked bowler in the tournament.
I think that'll be a big thing for these boys as well. Is there's a few, if there's bowlers like this in the Indian team and they're relying on them to peg it back a bit. If the New Zealand boys do go hard, maybe hit them out of the attack, completely change the game.
Yeah, so they've gone for the power play, 4-2 field. I think they've got a third man and long off, and those are the only two fielders on the offside. So there's still opportunity for twos on the offside. It's not going to be easy hitting the ball inside out, do extra cover here. So I think what India are trying to do is buy a wicket here. They're trying to get the Kiwis to make a mistake, maybe a mistimed one, and hold out on the leg side.
Good follow-up ball there from Avari.
Yeah, we call him Twitch.
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 Very good follow-up ball there. I think having moved the pitch across from the first couple of games, that boundary to the leg side for the right-hander is definitely the small one now. So protecting it is obviously probably pretty key today.
So Charles Gray, 3 from his 2 deliveries. So Dwidge, 6 off his first delivery. You see what Dwidge's done there.
Good little bit of kick there. That's promising for our 2 spinners.
There's a big, huge gap between long off and third man. He's trying to get the batsman to hit into those areas. You heard Nick Pothers yesterday in the commentary box talking about trying to get batsmen to hit the ball into the areas they're not comfortable hitting into, and that's exactly what India have doing here. They've left a big gap between long off and third man, and the ball's actually spinning quite sharply, so it's not actually easy to plug that gap.
It's actually a very good over in the end. That first ball, he's come back really well with the last 4 and tied that up pretty quite well.
And shows why he's at the top there, because a lot of bowlers get hit for 6 of the first over, and you're all of a sudden facing a potential 15, 20 runs off the over, and I think he's only gone for 8 or 9 in the end of that over, so it's a great comeback. It's good tactics here. They've great use of the power play overs here from India. You can see it's not easy to hit the ball through the offside. It's a massive hit up the slope towards extra cover.
Yeah, they're definitely bowling to the plans extremely well here, and making it very difficult for the New Zealand boys to get off and get a start.
And you can see Wasim Jaffer. He's the think tank behind these fielding decisions. Obviously, he's got Kohli there as well. Kohli's looking to his player coach for his advice.
I think
Sharp work by Meg behind the stumps. He's having a good game here.
I think the player coaches being brought into this has actually changed the way I think a lot of the boys have played their LMS. It has been extremely good having their input, and they've sort of looked at it from a nice shot there. He may have picked out the field here.
Oh, unlucky.
Half an effort.
Good
half
chance.
a chance, sorry. And good running there to make sure they get the 2.
Tough chance for Anurag Day. Good effort there. And good to see him recovering as well quickly.
Yeah, the expertise of the player coaches coming in has definitely changed a few of the boys' mindsets out here, making sure that we're playing to the decks as opposed to playing what we used to back home, and just playing to the good conditions.
Just bringing a bit of a professional element into it in terms of how you approach the game.
Correct. I think most people would know Marty Henderson, and he's a very professional approach to it. Everything is 100% and do everything right. I don't think you could slow that man down if you tried. I myself, a little bit relaxed. Big Z, very, very relaxed as well, very calm. Tizzy and Jake, Jake's been showing cricketing brain well beyond his years. Makes a little mistake here and there and just backs it up next time, corrects the mistake, and I think it showed yesterday taking a wicket after being hit for 6. Shot there, but unfortunately he's picked out the fielder.
You see the power play here. This is good use of the power. This is the last over of the power play. We allowed us to 4-2 field, and previous over Rayway tried to go offside, hasn't worked for him, and he's gone back to top leg side, and unfortunately there's no gaps there. He's going to have to clear the ropes. This could be out. Fielder was slow to react.
Hasn't picked it up.
Oh, that's poor fielding.
Hasn't picked it up there. Got away with one.
I think a few other teams in the tournament might have been out. India. Fielding hasn't been best in this tournament. Fielder very slow to react. You'll be alert. You've got to be wanting the ball when you're out in the field. Sam, every ball's in an event and you've got to be expecting it.
Exactly right. I know I've fallen trap to not being quite ready or misreading the ball off the bat. It's a couple of times, and I think most of the boys in our team, just one time throughout a game, have just not been able to pick it up. We're just not ready for it.
So I think that's just come off the back of the bat from Charles Gray. Keeper had no chance there.
His core buyers there, might have been a bit of movement off the deck. Beat both of them.
Buyers? What do you call it?
Buyers.
Just see the replay there. So there's a bit of potential rain around on the forecast. Have you been keeping an eye on the forecast, Sam?
We have. So that obviously makes a big change to the game plan. The shot there through the gap does change the way we sort of approach the game. We'll see what happens throughout it. We've opted to make a decision on what we're going to do and follow that up with depending on how the weather goes throughout the day.
So great shot there from Charles Gray, just rocking back. Very good from Dredge off his own bowling.
Very good, and again, just that follow-up after that one loose ball that New Zealand got away. And he's followed up with another good ball to finish the over.
Extremely competitive character, Dredge.
Actually, it's been interesting to, you mentioned earlier the standings and results, how the pools are going to finish and things like that. Sitting on the sidelines yesterday, you had the Pakistan team supporting India to get the result to help their chances, and you had the Scottish backing the English.
That doesn't happen too often either.
No, it doesn't. So the tournament's definitely played in the right spirit of the game, and everyone's come together, and it's it's a very tight pool in both.
So Wazim Jaffa with the breakthrough. Struggled with the bat, but now he's leading from the front with the ball.
Stayed a little bit low there. I think he's probably a bit unlucky for what he thought was going to happen there, and played possibly maybe not the right shot, but I don't think he expected it to stay that low.
Well, that's turned a lot, eh?
Turned a lot.
Yeah. I don't know if you got an inside edge with that, just turned all the way. That massive turn there. I think it's just a bit early on the shot.
There's a little bit in it then.
So the new batsman, Nigel Collins. It's a key moment in this game. Collins and Gray had a very good opening partnership yesterday against Scotland, getting their team to 216 on the back pitch. Scotland still managing to win that game. I think New Zealand will enjoy batting second year, knowing what they've got to score.
Yeah, I think that was sort of our mentality as well coming into it. Is chasing is probably not normally what you do back home, but over here, knowing what you're chasing, let's just set up the batting lineup, change the batting lineup to the conditions and what you need. And exactly what you said, the Kiwis here will probably be quite happy with that decision.
So I don't think the South Africans are listening. What will you do if you win the toss?
We'll probably bowl if we win the toss. As I said, chasing a score is what we've done relatively well through this tournament. I think that first game we let slip runs in the field. It wasn't necessarily the batting; it was the fielding that let us down. So yeah, we'll aim to bowl, and then also with the possibility of some rain coming in, it does mean we know how hard we have to go with the bat. Should we be reduced in overs?
So this is a good spell from Wazim Jaffa. Just getting his team into this game, yeah? This is a very evenly balanced game from you, Sam.
It is, and having seen the first innings, it might be the fact that this is, well, that is a very nice shot.
So we had the statistician on earlier confirming that 202 balls have been lost in the tournament. That's 203 now.
We were actually asking that with one of the sixers when the Indian bloke who retired came back in, how many balls might have been lost. So that's good to know. We might have hopefully add to that in our game. I think watching this innings now, having missed the beginning of the Indian one, it might be the fact that this is the end that you set yourself up. And then the change of the innings, or change of 10 overs, that's where you go really hard. We did see a lot of boundaries at that other end. It seemed to be bouncing a little bit more true. But there's been a bit of movement down this end.
Yeah, it's obviously always helps to have a left hand at in your side as well. Because there's obviously always the opportunity for the small boundary then. So sometimes you've got a left-hander, there's argument in potentially holding them back to be heading down the hill to the leg side. You saw Meg pull off a few big boundaries on the leg side.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, personally, I think lefties should have their own league. Mainly from a bowling point of view, I don't think I've ever been able to bowl to a lefty, but that worked well for us yesterday, having a left-hand, right-hand combination over on that second field. He's half a chance maybe. No, he's picked the gap quite well. So New Zealand's starting to get a little bit of a move on.
Yeah, Collins, a dangerous player. Nigel Collins. For those of you who haven't been following the tournament and maybe just tuning in for the first time, Nigel Collins was the stand-up batsman on day one, scoring 90 off 23 balls, so 29 balls.
I was going to say 23. A couple of home runs in there, I think.
That's 4 more.
Starting to get going. So this could be make or break for New Zealand. And
That is
set
a
up the rest of the innings.
Miss-hit down the slope. I think if he's going to be bowling that line, he doesn't need anyone behind square. He can get his square leg a bit squarer.
I think actually that's been extremely key out in both fields, is having your field set perfectly. Bowl to the plan, bowl to the field, and adjust based on the way the batsman's playing. Our game yesterday against Singapore, and I think it's been noted by a couple of teams around, is the fact that the Singapore captain moved the field almost perfectly. The field placements in that game, he picked up on what the batter was doing and set the field perfectly. And that's
a big hit. That's a great shot from Charles Gray. Continuing from where he left off yesterday.
And as you saw in the beginning of this innings as well, the Indian power play setting the field, bowling to the field is a big thing. But yeah, a very nice shot down the ground there.
You talk about captaincy, Ajanta Mendes. He's very good with his field placings, and he's got very clear plans, and people sometimes underestimate the importance of getting your fielders in the right position. I've seen a lot of the marquee ambassador player coaches being very keen to get the fielders in the right place.
They read the game. They just read it perfectly, and I don't think anyone would be avoiding a conversation with that player to make sure they know what are they seeing, what should we do. Still again, nice little bit of movement there, but well watched by Collins.
So change of bowler. It's the right arm leg spinner, Vaibhav Singh. Good start from Singh. So Sam, I know you've got to go and join your team in the net soon. Have you got any final thoughts to everyone back home in Australia who might be tuning in to listen?
Yeah, the support's been great while I've been over here, and I think everyone's behind us. It doesn't matter whether you're from the local comp or another comp around the country, and we're doing everything we can to make everyone proud back there. And we want to go out and win every game. We want to win the tournament, but the support has just been amazing. It's been great. We walk off a game and there's 50 to 100 messages and comments, and phones just go nuts after a game. So we're going to go out there, do everything we want to do and need to do, and come back with the trophy hopefully.
Okay, thanks Sam, and I'm going to enjoy watching this next game. Best of luck, and
Cheers.
We'll chat to you after the game.
Thanks, Wayne.
So that was Sam Lang, Australian captain. We come back to the game here. New Zealand ahead of the required 1 rate. And the Australian captain departs, and we're joined by the South African captain. Welcome to the commentary box, Dalton Webster.
Morning, Wayne. Thank you very much.
How are you guys looking for this pretty much knockout game coming up?
Look, we selected our best 8 now, and we've got one path forward, unfortunately. So today's the day.
Okay, just before I ask you a few questions, the teams just want to talk through the Pool A table. England and Pakistan are playing each other later in the day, and whoever wins that game will probably finish top of the group. Whoever wins this game will be relying on Scotland to beat UAE. And UAE are still in this tournament as well. If they beat Scotland comprehensively with the bonus points, they've got an outside chance of going through. So all 6 teams have got a chance of going through. But Dalton, in Group B, it's also tight, and you guys have got a knockout game against Australia.
Yeah, unfortunately, we need to get 8 points from this game to secure the victory. And USA could do us a favour in the second match, but you never want to wait and watch the game after yours to see if you make it through. So we need the 8 points from this game. So it is a knockout of cricket.
As we watch Kohli come into the attack. He played superbly earlier.
Yeah, no, very big captain's innings there.
You managed to watch a bit of it?
I did. I managed to see them turn on 60 and go, oh, they're in a bit of trouble here. And then back 10, they went a bit hard.
Yeah, well, they got 100 runs of their last 7, which I didn't certainly see coming. I don't think many people did. They've given them a really good chance, yeah?
Yeah, I was having a discussion with Nick Pottis yesterday, and he's saying you don't actually have to rush this cricket at all. Just got to get comfortable at the crease and wait for your ball.
I won't tell you what the Australians are going to do if they win the toss. That wouldn't be fair. But what will you do if you win the toss?
Unfortunately, we already had a toss, and I lost it in a little private meeting between the umpires and myself and Sam Lang.
Okay.
And he chose to bowl, but I think we were both looking to do the same thing. So we're going to have a bat, though, unfortunately.
Okay, so I can confirm if Sam Lang won the toss, he said he was going to bowl, but he didn't tell me that the toss had already taken place, so I thought I was getting some inside knowledge.
No, it's gone a bit further inside than that. Sam Lang, typical Australians, holding out on us a little bit with his tactics there.
Okay, so how upset are you by that? Or are you feeling that's a blow?
I don't think it's too much of a blow. The wicket seems to be playing fairly straight, and we've got a bat either way, so go and do the job first or second.
Great shot from Collins.
He's been in fine form this tournament. He's been looking very good.
Yeah, and he's a big man. Who are you backing from here? Who would you rather be in which camp?
I think with the wickets in the bank, the New Zealanders are unknown quantity. So I think I'd rather be in their camp.
Okay.
Got some bigger hitters in the huts. Nigel's looking comfortable. And the chasing teams have generally been the ones that have favoured on the decks. So
Yeah, it always helps to know what you're chasing. But sometimes in pressure games it's also not easy having to chase down totals.
yeah, 182 on the board. New Zealand's got to get it. They're only 72 after 8.2. So the rate's there or thereabouts.
And in LMS cricket, you're never out of the game, as we saw yesterday in the Wales game. They were only needed about 15 or 15 balls, and somehow they lost the game.
Yeah, could have done us a favour there.
You were relying on... Well, that was Wales USA, wasn't it?
Yeah, we were hoping USA would have a bit of a point to prove this morning.
Okay. Yeah, so you need in USA to be Singapore, so Australia's also probably hoping for USA to, oh, well bowled. Big shot from the keeper. No.
That batsman's watching him closely. I don't know if that's nerves or if he's just telling him no.
I think there was a big gap between bats and ball there. Meg doesn't think so. Let's see, maybe we'll get a insight on the replay.
Looks like we're probably not going to get the replay.
Well bowled by Bav. So this is an interesting battle here. Collins, 28 from 16. Gray, 29 from 18. They had an outstanding partnership yesterday. Two really good, clean strikers of the ball. This is anyone's game, yeah.
Oh, there's nice starts there up front. If they can maybe bank the 50, have a couple of guys come off. Batters are going to have to think the whole way through, though.
Something to also be aware of, that both batsmen could be approaching 50 around the same time. So at some point in this next 4 or 5 overs, there is going to be two new batsmen here, and you've always seen it takes a bit of time to get going. So this game's 50-50.
I think it's one of the nice things about LMS is there's always a chance. So retiring on 50, squeeze the last 10, always keeping you in the game here.
So we're listening to Sam Lang talk about the value that Marcus North has added to Australian camp. So we watch the throw come in. This could be close. Good running from Charles Gray. Tell me, has Nick Pothers brought a new dimension to the team since he arrived yesterday?
I think massively so. I think we underestimated him heavily, and he came in and just the discussions we've been having with him about angles, that kind of stuff. Banked a 50 yesterday, took a great catch, working the field for us nicely. I think he's added immense value to our team.
Nick Pothers is one of the good young coaches going around. A lot of people are tipping him for great things in coaching, and I'm sure you would have already seen why, just from the small bit of insight he's given you guys into the game.
Yeah, no, I think we're only here for 10 days in total, and he's only here for 2, but I think we could have had 6 months with him and not learnt everything he needs to tell us.
That's good, and so the guys enjoying having a bit of professionalism around.
Very much so, and he's also just a genuinely nice guy. Joined us in the change rooms, had a few waters after the game, you know how it goes.
Always important to rehydrate. Collins is gone again.
One bounce 4 through the cover. Mid wicket, my apologies.
So that's 203 balls now lost. 180 of those balls lost were from sixes, and 24 from fours.
And I think that might just be 204. I'm going to be honest.
That's into the canal. Oh, jeez, that's straight into the boat in the canal there.
Yep, someone got an early morning wake-up call there with their brekkies.
The tournament director's just gone off to the local cricket ball shop. We've run out of supplies yet. Okay, so as we search for cricket balls here, just going to have a final word with the South African captain. Can you give us your thoughts on this tournament so far, and do you want to say something to your countrymen back home who are supporting you?
Look, I just want to say thanks to everyone back home. I know every time we play a game I have to put my phone down for 15 minutes afterwards because opinions are flowing in, support, everything you can imagine. It's nice to know that everyone back home is supporting us, and I think this is a beautiful game. I've been hooked on it now for a very long time, and I cannot sing its praises enough. It's just equalises cricketers.
Okay, well, good luck, Dalton. Everyone's going to be watching this game closely, and we're looking forward to chatting to you after the game.
Thank you so much, Ryan.
Good luck. So while we wait for balls to be found, we've just would like to let the LMS players out there know that we've teamed up with Bass to do a co-branded cricket range. This is exclusively available to LMS players. There's an introductory offer during the World Series. All the products are heavily discounted, and if you're enjoying watching this cricket and you fancy a new bat or a new set of pads, go on there and have a look at what's available. But coming back to this game, we've got a a new ball onto the field. And it looks like Pravin's going to come into attack. Wasim Jaffar's gone well there up front. He's still got one over left. Dwidge for the first time in this tournament been a bit expensive. Didn't bowl badly, but the Kiwis have batted superbly here. Charles Gray, very experienced LMS player. Nigel Collins, one of the bigger hitters in this tournament. And they bang on target here, the Kiwis. Halfway point, 87. So we've changed ends. In last man stands cricket, you bowl 10 overs from one end and 10 from the other end. When the left-hand batsman's on strike, there's a smaller boundary on the leg side. You saw Meg in the Indian innings pepper that boundary. That's well bowled from Pravin. Taking the leg side boundary completely out of play there. It's a good stop from Pravin. Pravin from the BB Gunners in Chennai. And Collins showing his class. It's not only about big hitting. He's realizing he's ahead of the rate now. Doesn't want to get out. He knows the importance of him getting to 50 and retiring. 38 from 19. Striking it at 200.
Catch it, Meg!
The keeper's having to do the fielding here. It's a massive chase. They turn for 3. That's good running from Collins. For those of you wanting to know what game's next on this field, it's a Pool B match between LMS South Africa and LMS Australia. Must win game for both sides. That's gone. That's 6 more. So Collins is approaching his 50 here. New Zealand slight favourites from here, but we've seen before. Takes a while for the new batsman to get in. Kohli into the attack. Charles Gray goes leg side, peppers the gap between mid wicket and square leg. This is a great partnership. These two seem to enjoy batting with each other. First time that one, Charles Gray. Collins just pushes that one back to Kohli. Interesting phase of the game now, the middle overs. It's cut away. Down to Wasim Jaffo at backward point. Only one. It's a boundary of the first ball, then a dot, then a 4. There's an even over. So India winning that over. Runs required 77 from 42 balls. New Zealand will be looking to close the gap between runs and balls. I'm now joined in the commentary box for the first time today by Chris Newton.
Morning, Grieve.
Good morning, Chris. Welcome to the commentary box.
Cheers, mate.
Tell me now, you were part of the brain trust behind that England win last night, the boys buzzing.
Yeah, the WhatsApp group last night was flying. They treated themselves to the local Wetherspoons pub for some evening grub. Nick Compton on his way back to the ground this afternoon to rejoin the boys.
Has Nick Compton been called up again?
Yeah, I'm not sure who's missing out yet, but Nick's got his spot back in the side.
And talk us through the 50 from Dunning last night.
Firepower, 13 balls, comfortably the fastest one of the tournament so far.
Talking of firepower, Nigel Collins, 50. Another quick fire 50 from Nigel Collins.
Is that his third one of the comp?
I think it's his third one, and all of them that have come in no time. .50 of 24 balls. This is a must-win game for New Zealand to give themselves a sniff of a chance to make it through to the knockout stages. Still will rely on UAE beating Scotland. But UAE beat Pakistan yesterday, so that's possible.
Sure.
The new batsman is Simon Matthews. So Charles Gray also approaching his 50. There'll be 2 new batsmen here soon. Nelson on the scoreboard. It's cut away.
4 runs.
Yeah, Pravin, that's the wrong line from Pravin with this field. He's giving the batsman too much room there. Dwidge says that's easy pickings. He wants him to bowl a bit straighter, and I agree with that. That's a better line. That's a better line from Pravin. .67 from 37. The gap's closing. A good comeback from Boughton. Went for an exciting finish here. We've got a Masters tournament going on the back pitch. The leading commentators, 50 of 23. Well done, Lee. We're looking forward to you joining us in the commentary box later. The Masters tournament is the more social elements of this Last Man Stands World Series. On the main pitch here, we've got Vaibhai Singh bowling his spinners and leg spinners, and he'll be bowling into the pads and into the hitting area of Charles Gray to short boundary. So this is going to be an interesting few deliveries here.
It's 50 for Gray. 52 off 30 balls. Poor delivery. Dragged down. Gray swivels. Pulls it for 4 down to fine leg.
There's 2 new batsmen at the crease here. Looks to be the skipper, Johnny Scott. Correction, it's Milton Kavanagh coming to the crease. .62 from 34 balls. The current run rate 9.12. Run rate required 9.09. So go back to my original decision. It's Johnny Scott at the crease. Johnny Scott joins Matthews, the skipper. I think 2 right-handers is going to suit the leg spinner here, Chris.
Definitely the ball spinning away from the right-handers. Scott down the ground.
You can see Johnny Scott is in a position, he's ready to go. He's going to be running 2s here. I think the word is to the batsman, I'm coming here for 2s.
Down the ground.
You don't need to run 2s when you hit it as straight and cleanly as that. Great shot from Matthews. So Mark Wright is asking how big are these boundaries, Chris?
To the leg side, as the batsman is striking now, 85 metre hit, much shorter to the offside, and then what, 55, 60 metre straight hit either side. 4 byes there to New Zealand. Some of the hits, it hasn't actually mattered the size of the boundaries, they've cleared them by 15, 20 metres regardless.
So this is an exciting pool. All 6 teams have a chance of qualifying. Whoever wins this game is going to have to sit and watch the UAE versus Scotland game very closely and hope that LMS UAE can cause, well, it might not have been an upset considering they beat Pakistan yesterday, Chris, but do you think UAE can get one over Scotland?
They've got a chance, but Scotland, the boys had an early night last night, focusing on a huge game. Now the team managers, Paul Reddish and Colin Mills, ensured that the boys were tucked up in the hotel rooms by 9:30 last night.
That could be a problem for LMS Scotland. You mustn't change your winning formula. So if they do lose the game, I think Colin and Paul could be in a bit of in the hot seat for getting to change the plan.
The confidence for the Scotland boys will be high. If you chase down to 13 and 19 overs as they did yesterday, the batsmen are definitely firing on all cylinders.
Boughton to continue. Lots of shots for 2. Johnny Scott is off. He's quick between the wickets.
Eats up the yards quickly.
So the Kiwis are getting animated on the sideline now. Lots of shots from 2s.
Scott
into the side. The skipper Coley comes in. One hand, one bounce, not out. Praveen's going well in this over.
It's a big hit out onto the leg side.
The fielder's done very well out there. A standing bit of field in there.
I think initially he was in the wrong spot. He seemed to run in. It's bounced. That's brilliant work.
Superb fielding by Anurag Day out there. Captain Scott.
Boughton. Scott trying to go for the same shot towards mid-wicket, but right across the line. Praveen gets his first wicket. New batsman is now Milton Kavanagh. New Zealand have two batsmen already retired back in the hutch.
Whose camp would you rather be in here, Chris?
New Zealand 47 off 25. I think you still got to favour the batting side. Still got wicket in hand.
Yeah, I would agree. Who's a slight favourites from here, but you just know just 2 or 3 dot balls and it changes quickly.
Kohli to bowl his 4th over.
It's cut away to Wasim Jaffer. He's got a strong arm, Wasim Jaffer. Only one. It's going down to the wire, Chris.
How crucial that the home run that India hit.
A great shot.
That's 6 more.
I don't think Kavanagh has been sent in to have a look here. He's going to go straight from the outset.
First ball, 6 runs.
It's a great clean strike of the ball from Kavanagh.
Oh, he went again.
Kohli very excited with that dismissal, and rightly so. So Kavanagh 6 and then out, but obviously it's a team game and knows he's got 2 guys retired in the hat.
If you're going to get out straight rate at 300 isn't the worst.
So absolutely nothing wrong with Kavanagh. Great team man there.
Kohli really did enjoy that wicket. 40 off 22 now, Grieve.
This is getting tight. So left on and on strike. Got Dwidge down here at mid-off in front of us. There's a point, extra cover. Wasim Jaffer's a backward square leg. This goes out to him.
Just a single.
Barbak Singh at mid-wicket does the fielding. Matthews on strike, 7 from 6. Good fielding from Praveen. 2 for 2. James Edward Kane says, where's Jimmy Neesham when you need him? Keep the comments coming on the live feed, guys. It's always great to see people so passionately supporting their countries.
New Zealand require 37 from 20 balls. Simon Matthews 9 off 7. And Kane Lindsay just 1 off 1 so far.
Just the 5 bowlers used from LMS India so far. Well, Kohli's bowled himself out. And all other 4 have just got 1 left. Get away. That's 4. That's 4.
Good strike from Kane Lindsay onto deep mid wicket.
fielder maybe could have tried a different approach there. We've been the bowler a little bit disappointed with that.
That's better.
Yeah, it's good thinking from Boughton.
Lindsay eyeing up the shorter leg side boundary. Just a single.
18 balls to go, 32 to win.
Where's your money now, Wayno?
The Wasp still is the Kiwis' slight favourites. If India can have a few dot balls in his last few. This is a good over here from Boughton. Really good over. Twidge in the front of the commentary box is shouting, let's finish on a high. Good skills from Pravin. They're just rolling his fingers underneath those deliveries there, Chris.
Yeah, after that first ball, they got hit for 4. He really did well to pull it back. Equation out 30 off 15 balls, 2 a ball.
So 3 overs to go. The leg spinner, Vibhav Singh's got 1. Wasim Jaffar's got 1. The man to join the attack is Twidge. He's been the leading bowler in this tournament prior to this game. Expensive in this game, 3 overs for 33. But he's a wily campaigner, and he will be looking to get his team in front. If he can bowl a good over here, India could go favourites with 2 overs to go.
Stump.
Got him.
That brings the 8th man to the crease, Leighton Fisher. With Nigel Collins and Charles Gray waiting to return after Elliot hitting 50s.
Yes, India have thought their tactics through well here, and they'll be happy to get rid of the left-hander. There's a small boundary down there. You see Meg has peppered that boundary. So on the leg side, they've only got right-handers to come. Well, actually, they've got Charles Gray still in the hat, but Nigel Collins next in. Big hit in right-hander. He'll be hit into a big square boundary.
I'll expect Fisher to swing from the hip. He's on 30 off 13 balls.
Run rate required now pushing up to 10.7.
Big strike.
Kohli's under it. He's got him. Was that a steal? What? I don't think he got back for it, did he? Did Matthews complete the steal? You get confirmation from the umpires here. Those of you who don't know, in LMS, 2 players can get out of the same ball. The non-striker needs to be back at the non-striker's end. He has the opportunity to take 2.
There was no steal there.
So the scoreboard hasn't moved in terms of runs, but another wicket's been added.
This over so far, wicket, dot wicket.
And it's great to see Twidge running down to Wasim Jaffa at backward point and getting some advice. I wonder what you think Wasim Jaffa would have said there to Twidge, knowing that Nigel Collins returning.
Outside off stump, try and make him drag it to the leg side. As you said, it's a big hit. First run off the bat this over. 29 off 11, the equation.
So Dwidge, this is a great comeback over from Dwidge. Can he finish strongly off the last ball? Yeah.
Matthews out into the leg side. Come back for an 82. 27 required off the last 10 balls. Does Jeff bowl the 19th or the 20th? Wayne, what?
Normally you bowl your best bowler penultimate over to give themselves a chance, but that was such a good over from Dwidge that they could maybe afford to get the leg spin into the attack here. We look at the scorecard here. Nigel Collins, 51 of 25. Charles Gray is in the hat. The left-hander, Charles Gray, could be a key feature. And for that reason, I'd bowl the leg spinner here. While the left-hander's not at the crease. Try and get the right-handers to be hitting against the spin up the hill. I wonder if the Indians will be aware of that.
That's what it's looking like they're doing.
Yeah, they've gone with the right arm leg spinner. So this is a big moment in this match. Never easy for a leg spinner. Pressure moments too. He's decided to go for the arm ball, Chris.
I don't think there'll be too much flight this over.
Yeah, I think he's obviously very nervous to be dropping it short here. It's a big hit square, but straight is a fairly small boundary, Chris.
Definitely, so especially out to the point boundary. Flatter delivery again. Clubbed for full. I think that was a drag down from the bowler, Wayne.
I think he's obviously very nervous to revert to his leg spinner, but you know what? Actually, you heard Nick Potters talking about getting the batsman to hit to uncomfortable areas. I think if he takes the pace off here, it's not going to be easy going leg side. That's better. That's better. He's got to back himself here, the leg spinner.
If you're bowling the 20th, what would you feel comfortable defending if you Wasim?
16, but there's always the home run rule, so you're always going to be under pressure no matter what.
Dot ball.
So dot ball. That's a huge moment in this game. This is going to come down to the final ball, I think, Chris, no matter what. New Zealand need 10 runs, or 7 runs from the next.
Oh, it's into the air. That's into the air. Coley,
the skipper's under it.
Oh, he's run under it.
They're going to turn for the third.
Collins
going for the third.
Can they get Collins on strike for the next over? They have done. I think that's a big moment, Wayne.
That's a huge moment there. Johnny. We've got the New Zealand skipper. He's joined us in the commentary box for this last over. Johnny, how are you feeling? How are the nerves?
Yeah, pretty nervous at the moment. Obviously, it's going to go to the wire, probably the last ball. So we've got the right guy on strike. So just we'll sit down and enjoy the ride with you guys.
And obviously, it's a must-win game. Even if you win this, there's no guarantee you're going to get through. But I'm sure you've enjoyed the experience all round, and you'll be looking forward to the end of this match.
Hopefully there'll be more matches. It's going to come down to bonus points, I think, but we're just playing for the win today and we'll take it from there. Yeah, Chester's been amazing and the cricket's been awesome, the weather's been awesome, and I think you agree, Wayne, that the cricket club's done an amazing job just looking after all the players and the mingling and all that. So yeah, it's been awesome, matey.
Collins managed to find a 2. So it's not 14 off 4. Oh, keeper dropped the ball. Ah,
That's huge.
That's 6.
That's huge. Talk us through this. We're going to see a replay here. Talk us through this shot here.
Alrighty, obviously adjust, goes back foot and boom, over cow. That's a zone.
I'm going to leave you to commentate for these last 3 overs here. We want to see some passion coming through here.
Well done, that man, for finding the ball. So 8 off 3. Will Nigel try and win it before the last ball? John?
I think Nigel's going to be looking to put this one in the very similar car park position that that last ball went. Oh, and as you can see he was, but didn't quite get the length.
How many runs you win?
8 off 2.
Abhi.
Wazam Jaffa to bowl. Penultimate ball of the game.
That's
They're going to have to come for 2. They're going to have to come for 2. Not out. So 6 off the last ball required.
Last ball, how many runs you win?
So I think if you're a Jaffa, you probably want to really take the pace off the ball here and force Nige to try and just heave it over. Hopefully this pitch is really tired out now for them, but let's just see. Collins is looking a bit nimble or fatigued.
Jaffa into bowl.
Collins.
Well bowled, Wazim Jaffa.
Well, there you have it. Jeff has won the game with a well-flighted delivery and bit of emotion being shown out there on the wicket, lads. It's good to see. Handbags at 10 paces. We'll sort that out in the fine session.
Unlucky, John. Unlucky.
Thanks for joining us. I know you're going to be a bit disappointed, but the Kiwi boys have, as always, been a great side to watch, and on the field they played the game in the right way. Off the field, friendly bunch of guys, and I hope you've enjoyed the tournament. Obviously you knocked out here, but I'm sure you'll come back fighting at the next World Series.
Yeah, well, it's been, like I said earlier, it's been an amazing location to play cricket. The locals have been brilliant, and you know, old codgers like myself probably won't be around in 2 years to play this, but if it's not down in the southern hemisphere, you might see me for a few beers at least. But yeah, no, thanks a lot to the LMS guys, and we look forward to the closing ceremony at the end of the tournament.
Okay, mate. Go and enjoy the post-match festivities with you guys. I know you guys are still going to get together as a team and have a few Cokes and beers, won't you?
Yeah, there'll be a few raspberry and Cokes consumed tonight, and the fine session will no doubt help the kitty to fund those raspberry and Cokes. So we'll see you later on, guys.
Thank you. So Chris, great game of cricket there. Can you just sum up that game of cricket in a minute?
Fantastic from India when they were 81 after 13 overs. They managed to scramble the extra 100 off the final 7 overs, including the home run, which was ultimately the difference between the two sides. I don't think New Zealand could have done much more chasing. Nigel Collins 66 off 33 and Charles Gray 52 off 30. They couldn't do any more. I don't think the lower middle order could have done too much more. Kavanagh did his best, 6 off 2. A few minor contributions. But unfortunately, New Zealand are the first team to be eliminated from this World Series. So India now must wait for the result of the Scotland UAE game to determine whether they do make it through to the quarter-finals.
We're going to go over for the post-match interview with Ross Cawood, Wazim Jaffa, and the New Zealand man of the moment. I think it's Nigel Collins there, or is it the skipper Scott?
Could be Johnny Scott.
Johnny Scott. Look at this group table. It's very exciting. LMS India moving to third spot now. They're going to be watching Scotland versus UAE very closely there.
Good morning and welcome back to Chester, day 5 of the LMS World Series. Just had the first game of the morning, New Zealand against India. Johnny Scott losing captain for New Zealand, tight game. How did it go?
Yeah, we know how it went, and unfortunately, you know, the last 2-3 overs, India really bowled well and choked us out. We were on target. We're quite comfortable those last 4 overs going into that, and then 2 really good overs. I think one went for like 3 or 4 runs, and it just, in this kind of game, that's what happens. So yeah, they won the critical moments.
Well, hard luck. Got Wazim Jaffa with us again. I think you guys can still qualify for the knockouts. It just all depends on the Scotland UAE game.
Yeah, I think we needed to win badly this game, so we did our job, and it depends on Scotland UAE game. So yeah, I think boys stuck out really well. I think it was good effort to put 181 on the board. The last few overs actually we did well, and we bowled well when it mattered in the end.
Were you nervous bowling the last over?
I was. I mean, it's something new for me, but took up the challenge, and it's something which I'm not used to it. So I'm happy that it came out well.
Well done. Back to you guys in the commentary box.
Thank you.
Cool.
that guy's playing music over there? See the window that's open?
Not on me, no.
You know that? Do something that the guy's playing music. Then about a minute later, Shippy up again said, "Turn that down!" Yeah, and I'm sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, is this covered up? I'll just double check it. Yeah, sure.
I thought I remembered hearing some like anti-tune voices. A guy in the commentary box when Jack walked by was like, "Oh, you were in Rosie's the other night."
Oh, really? Yeah. Is that what it was called?
Yeah, I had no idea either. Everyone's like, "Let's go back to Rosie's." I'm like, where is that? What's that?
Who said that? One of those guys, the LMS guys.
A bit of a strange thing to call your club, to be honest.
Roses.
No, I think it was one of the guest guys.
Sounds like
is it Rosie's or Roses?
Rosie's.
Yeah, Rosie's.
Yeah.
In the pantheon of small nightclubs and small towns,
this isn't
like
going away for a while.
This is
what? This is not going away for a while.
No.
I'm going to go over.
Yeah.
Why?
Sit in comfort.
Get some trackies on.
Have we had our lunch?
Where's my wallet? It's 11:15 here.
Where was the breakfast purchased from this morning? The bacon.
Jack got it from some
the
cafe.
bacon at Buffy was particularly good this morning. I like it soft like that. Yeah, give it back. SPFL emails there from Lucy.
Alright, more confirmations.
Yeah.
Cool.
19th and 25th.
For this month? September?
Right,